This week on Ham Radio Adventure Guy, your one stop for everything adventure radio.
All right, guys, we're here this morning with Whiskey Alpha 4, Charlie Mike. He's Don, and he does ham radio kits, and he's going to tell us a little bit about his kits here.
Hello, everybody. I'm Don, WA4MCM from WA4MCM Kits, and I've come to all these ham fests selling these ham radio kits. My whole purpose was to design these things to try and get kit building back into the hobby. The kits themselves are very easy to build. They're designed for first-time kit builders. Right now, I have three kits available. I've got an SWR watt meter that's a digital face, and it's good for HF from 6 meters on down to 160 meters, and it's good for up to full legal power. It has a 2 kilowatt maximum range on the scales. Then I've got two remote antenna switches. I've got an 8-position switch that basically requires a control cable to go out to the remote box. And then I have a 4-position switch that has a feature where the control signal is injected onto the main coax, so you don't need a separate control cable. And both of these switches, both models, have basically the same features as far as the controller is concerned. You can have it in manual mode, where you just simply press the buttons on the front panel to change antennas, or it can also follow band data that's available from most radios with a cable that you'd have to fabricate and plug into the back of the controller. Also, both switches support an optional USB interface board where you can connect it to your computer, and then use an application that I provide as part of the kit to control your switch controller remotely via your computer. And I've also worked with several software vendors to have my switches added to their supported switch list, so you could use their software as well. Also, Node-RED, several flows have been created for the switches on Node-RED, and so it works very well because I publish the communications protocol for the USB, the serial data. On one note, the SWR meter is standard with a USB interface, and it can also be controlled remotely, and you can read your power remotely from that as well. So that's kind of it in a nutshell. You know what? I'm going to add that I have a fourth kit that may be coming out. It's a portable satellite antenna rotor built specifically for lightweight antennas like the Arrow 3-element antenna. It's still under development. I bought one here to get comments, and they've been kind of overwhelming, so I think I'm going to move forward with it. There's going to be quite a bit more work to do on it, primarily in writing the assembly manual. But I think I'll take that leap. So we'll be able to give you a little demo of that in a second. So, okay, so we're back, and we're going to look at this portable satellite antenna rotator. So you see, I've got the prototype set up here. It connects wirelessly over a private Wi-Fi network. The Wi-Fi access point is also provided as part of the kit, and it just plugs into a USB port on your laptop. And I have a companion application that I wrote. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just do a quick demonstration of the azimuth and elevation. Right now the antenna is pointing north, so I'm going to move it to point to azimuth 180 and an elevation of 45 degrees. So stand by. Okay, we're going to execute now. 90 degrees now, and then it's on its way to 180, and it was fairly quick to get to 45 degrees elevation. And now we'll move it back to park at 0, 0. Now the firmware in the rotor can also take commands from most of the popular satellite tracking software like SatPC32 or PST Rotator, and any others that send the same protocol, which is pretty common. So it's very simple to interface with the software that you're already using.
Guys, it's super simple. I'm telling you, I seen this thing working yesterday, actually tracking a satellite. So he's sitting there. You see, there's no cables coming down. He's rolling right here from this computer. That's how he's doing it. So you could actually be at a picnic table doing a POTA, tracking a satellite, and when it comes time to go, you can put your POTA on hold and do a POTA satellite contact right there in the field. That's how simple that would be.
Yeah, the only cables you'll have coming from the antenna, of course, are your coax for your RF connection to your transmitter, yeah, that's about it.
Awesome, that's great stuff, and he is in the developing stage of this, guys. So don't overwhelm him trying to get one of these things. He's still working on the cost and everything. So.
Well, I would be glad to take their name and email address so that I can contact you when and if it's ready. But I hope to have it ready by HamCation in mid-May. But there's no promises there. There's just an awful lot of work still left in order to make it ready for marketing.
But there is a promise here. I'm already on that list, and when it comes out, you can guarantee you'll see more videos from it. All right, Don, thank you very much for giving us some of your time, and you got some really cool stuff, and hopefully we'll drive you some business here.
If you like this video from Ham Radio Adventure Guy, click up here in the corner and watch another one. And while you're at it, click down here in the corner and subscribe. Make sure and follow us on all social media sites. And as always, thanks for sharing my adventure with me.